In our last tip of the day, we learned that the GMAT algorithm will force you to get questions wrong on test day. So it's best to accept that missed questions, and a lot of them, are just part of the test design. In today's GMAT tip of the day, we're going to take that one step further with one of the most important but most difficult to implement test-taking strategies. We'll start with a scenario that I've seen thousands of times from my students. You get a question on a test or a practice test, and it is giving you grief. Maybe it was challenging from the jump, or maybe you thought you had it, but it got away from you partway through. But you know that once you submit an answer, there's no coming back. So you keep at it, and you keep at it, and you keep at it. And before you know it, you spent 3, 4, 5, or more minutes on a single question. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone, but you are building a pretty bad habit. Spending too much time on an individual question requires you to sacrifice that time on a later question, which often means getting that later question wrong. This is especially troubling when we consider that the types of questions we spend too much time on are often the types of questions we end up missing anyway. So this leads us to today's GMAT tip of the day: know when to move on. Rather than over-investing in a single question, choose to guess and potentially get that question wrong in the interest of having enough time to get later questions right. Now, when to move on can really depend on the question. On some questions, you can make the call pretty early after giving the problem a fair shake and realizing you don't really know how to approach solving it. On others, you may need to make the call after you've put in a reasonable amount of effort and those efforts have led nowhere. But in any case, it's important to be honest with yourself and to think ahead, because sometimes losing the battle on a question can mean winning the war on the test.